Good evening, Andy. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. All the better if they're watching that, I've got to be honest.
Aye.
Well chuffed.
Aberdeen won, Celtic 5. I don't think any of us were expecting that tonight, especially with all those changes. So, first of all, Andy, the team were wearing black armbands tonight for former chairman Jack McGinn, who died today. So, our thoughts go out to Jack McGinn's family and friends, if any of them are watching this evening. Or anybody affected by Jack's death, obviously. Andy, 8 changes from the Hibs game, mate. We put our own team up that we came up with ourselves at the podcast, and we managed to get 9 out of the 11. The only differences being Kalmack starting instead of Engels and Ralston starting instead of AJ, because Brendan gave us a couple of little hints and tips about the sort of team that he was going to pick. So we weren't far off, mate. Any surprises in that starting lineup for you?
Aye, me personally, I know the majority in the chat actually went with what the team actually was. I went the kind of opposite way. I thought it would have been stronger to start with, and then changes made at half time.
Yeah.
So I think the majority of people predicted a kind of lineup like that. I was looking for Rocky to start. I think he deserved it, and it'd be interesting to see how he got on tonight. So I was pleased. I was pleased to see him getting a start on his preferred right side. I know he can play on the left as well, but it was good to see him there the night. Schlupp, I would have had Taylor in there instead of him. I'm sorry, mate, but that boy's a bomb scare. Well, I know we're going to get into it, but he's just not for me at all. So he would be, I don't know where he's gone, but he certainly won't be at Celtic Park next season. I certainly hope no, anyway. And again, Kenny getting a start, which is fantastic for him. He's getting that opportunity. So, good to see any changes.
Aye, Schlupp, trusty for me. Aye, but we'll all get into it, mate. Both of them absolutely shocking for me tonight, but we will get into it, my man. Like I said, so on the second minute, Aberdeen get a very, very early yellow card. Poor tackle on Yang, mate. The boy knew what he was doing, didn't he?
He did. And do you know what annoys me, Scott? Is these Aberdeen fans are booing Yang for the rest of the game, and it's like he's just been fouled. Like, what are you booing him for? You should be booing your own player for a really reckless challenge. Let's be honest with you, it's quite cynical. I thought Yang looked quite lively. I thought we were in certainly at the start of the game, very composed kind of start, and solid control.
Aye, certainly was, mate. And then on the 4th minute, our first chance of the game, nice play by the whole team, really. Then it was played out to Ralston, who, as we know, is a good crosser. The ball crosses it in, just too high for Yang, mate, who heads it over the bar.
Ralston's always got a good cross in him, and I think he's done well any time he's come in. We've mentioned him in the last podcast as well. Good to see Yang back as well. It was too high for him. He was stretching the whole time, so he was never really going to kind of do much with it. But again, early in the game, good opportunity, so it was good to see.
Sheep Shaggers probably 115,000 tickets back the water.
That's what annoys me, right? They're sitting in a half-empty stadium the other night. They've still got something to play for. We've got nothing to play for the night when you think about it, other than kind of give players an opportunity. And they're saying they've managed to get rid of 20,000 tickets now. People say, oh, it's unfair. Well, they should get the right to do that. And all you need to do is look at the semi-final, how many fans they took to that. You're getting ballots for Celtic fans, 1 ballot and then 2 ballots for fans to get tickets. They're scrambling to get tickets for this. And they can't fill their own stadium like a week before the game or so, or 2 weeks before the game. It's embarrassing. It really is embarrassing. Ended up there was more seagulls there the night at the end of the game than their fan.
Aye, the one stupid seagulls.
I know we're going to the end before the start, but they mentioned the seagulls are there waiting for the scraps of the pies. They obviously didn't know that Chris Boyd was in that studio. There's no chance of any scraps. That's how they're all sitting in the roof.
He's going to hoover them all before they do. Bernardo had a chance just after that, mate, but my Chinese arrived at the door and I missed it, so I'm not sure what happened there, but I heard it anyway. On the 20th minute, Forrest plays in a nice ball to Kenny, who takes it well, tries a shot, but it's blocked, and it rolls out to Bernardo again, who fires it over, mate. He didn't have his shooting boots on the night, did he, Bernardo?
No, he didn't. I was a wee bit disappointed with him, because I think we've all been looking for him to kind of come in and get a start in the team, and let's see what he can do. But listen, it's, you know, he's hardly really kind of started any kind of games, and he's had very little time. But he kind of skied out of the bar a wee bit, didn't he?
He certainly did, mate. And then on the 27th minute, great wing play by Forrest again, who had a brilliant game tonight. Cracking cross for Yang. He has to do better with the head of this one, didn't he, mate? It's straight at the keeper.
Aye, it's quite a weak header, and as you said, it's straight at the keeper. So any kind of direction on that, there's a chance it can in. But knowing you're hitting it with that kind of power, with your heat, you're not getting the full kind of brace behind it, and it was quite easy for the keeper. But again, we've seen Yang score goals like that. He can score goals with his head. So, just as you mentioned, Forrest, I thought he was fantastic tonight.
Yeah.
And everybody's, you can tell he's absolutely desperate to score, can't you? But you know, I think his contribution tonight was absolutely fantastic. Full of energy, full of pace as well. You know, at his age, beating players, dancing by players, and it's fantastic to see. And I love that. See the ball when you get into the byline, you're getting it into the box. That's all you want your kind of wing players to do, and he done that tonight fantastically.
He was a brilliant wing player tonight for Forrest. And then a minute later, mate, he nearly scores. Well, he should score. We intercept the ball and it's through to Kenny. He tries a wee shot in the bottom corner. It deflects out to Forrest. He's got to score there, mate, isn't he, a minute later?
Bad chance. It's a bad miss, isn't it? Again, I think he's almost snatching at it. He's desperate to score. Doesn't quite connect with it. He kind of scuffs it by the post, doesn't he?
Yeah. Certainly does, mate. And then on the 30th minute, we get the breakthrough. It's a corner kick for Luke McCowan. Big Rocky gets up. He's strong. And he directs it beautifully into the corner. Luckily, Aberdeen didn't have a man on that post. Great header for the big man.
He puts it away brilliantly. How often do we score for a corner kick? You know, so it's really good to see that as well. Good ball for McCowan. Obviously, Engels is the guy that deals with the corners. He wasn't on the park, so good to see a good delivery for McCowan, and delighted for Big Rocky to get in there with a goal. He looked absolutely on the moon about it as well, so really pleased for him. But a really good header as well, you know, low down into the corner, a lot of power behind it. And seemed to kind of make his own space almost, that muscled the guy off the ball to get that header in. So, well done to him.
And Marie, I agree with you here. I put this in our group chat actually, didn't Andy? Naroki should be playing every week, every game. He's our best centre back along with Big CCV.
I think
that's
so.
what I said in the chat.
I know Brendan likes his balance in the team, the left and right sided players, and Rocky being a kind of right sided defender. So I think it suited the balance tonight with Trusty being a left footer, obviously Scales being a left footer, but there's absolutely no reason that Rocky can't play on the left hand side, because CCV isn't going to play there, but he can certainly. And all right, it's not his preferred side, but he certainly looks a more stable kind of defensive partner for CCV. You know, with Starfelt as well, who was a right footer, wasn't he? You know, and played in that position. The two of them had a really good partnership. So it'd be interesting to see if we had a bit of time to see actually the two of them together, how they go on. You know, they might actually spark up a really good partnership. Yeah,
well, it started the last game with Scales and Trusty, so I don't see why the boy can't start. I know we do like that balance, but for me, he's the second best centre half that we've got. He's far better than Trusty, far better than Scales for me. But hey, I'm no Brendan Rodgers. So on the 34th minute, it looked like there was a medical emergency in the stands, and the referee stopped the game. 6-7 minute stoppage. We hope the Aberdeen fan who got taken to hospital, we hope he's all right. But apparently he was stable by the time he left the stadium. But it was good to see the sort of, not just the players, the fans as well, and the referee. Everybody handled it brilliantly, didn't they, Andy?
I think whoever it is, actually, we're quite lucky it actually happened in the stadium, where emergency response was right on hand. You know, if somebody had a collapse like that, I don't even know what it was, but I take it was somewhat a collapse in a house or something like that. You know, you're waiting for an ambulance and stuff, so it was quite fortunate that, you know, you've obviously got a couple of team doctors and medics and that there for each team right on hand to help, and obviously other medical staff in the stadium. So hopefully whoever it is fine. It was you're kind of glad that they're actually getting wheeled out, and they're kind of conscious and stuff like that. So you know that hopefully they're all right. I think they get taken to hospital, get checked out, but fingers crossed they're all right.
Aye, and then the stoppage affects us again. Unbelievably, it seems to be happening quite a bit this. And as soon as the game started again, Aberdeen looked like a different side, mate. They get the ball on the left-hand side, comes into Nisbet. Trusty, don't know what he was doing, and Schlupp near him, and basically had a free header, mate, one each.
Aye, but I mean, sometimes the stoppages go for us. Like say one in Dundee United, it kind of changed the game a wee bit. But that ball, was it Gay? Was it that put the ball in? He received the ball in the box. Aye, I know what you're saying. When the ball came to Nisbet, it was in between Trusty and Schlupp. I think Trusty's slow to react. He kind of wanders away there. His positional sense is really bad.
Yeah.
But the thing that gets me is Schlupp is actually watching this happening. So the ball eventually comes out of Trusty's head. So after that fact, there's nothing much you can do about it. But Schlupp is standing watching this happen, and his reaction and the way it's a half-hearted attempt to try and win a ball. It's just no good enough. And Scotty, we've spoke about this many times. With Schlupp in the air, he can't win a header, and see when he's got the ball and all that, you're like, what is he actually doing with this? He doesn't look as if he's got any intention or any idea where he's going to put this ball. He runs a bit like a headless chicken at times, but his positional sense and his awareness of what's running about him and the sense of danger is non-existent. And honestly, mate, I really hope we don't go down the avenue of trying to get all day this guy, because it's no for us. It really isn't.
No, he's no, mate. You're bang on. And then on the 53rd minute, because of the injury time, brilliant win playing yet again by Forrest, plays the ball over. Meathoff gets a touch on it and it falls to Yang. And we go in 2-1 up, mate, after Aberdeen made a sort of wee rally towards the end of the half.
Aye, I think the commentators were, or the commentator, the man I hate, Ian Crocker, can't go that guy, honestly. He's up there with Davy Martindale and people that I hate. And anybody that knows me knows that.
Yeah.
And they're certainly two of the ones that I can't stand. I can't listen to his voice. I think he's the worst commentator ever. He's so anti-Celtic, I think. Maybe I'm just green tinted glasses, but I just can't go the guy. It was right at a good time, actually. The end of the first half, obviously, with that delay, 53 minutes or something we played at that point. But it was a good finish, mate. So good to go 2-1 up.
Yeah, and we come out the traps flying, mate. Second half, Forrest again, direct on the right-hand side. Plays into McCowan, a smart finish by his unfavoured right foot. 7th goal of the season for Luke. Been a great signing, mate, for £1 million.
Aye, quite a composed finish, wasn't it? He had time to kind of think about it, but he buried it away. I think I've been impressed with him, for £1 million, and it's his dream to play for Celtic. I think he's done reasonably well with the game time that he's had. He's always going to find it hard when you've got the type of midfield that we've got. And by the way, it's not going to get any easier for him, because we are going to strengthen in the summer as well. Brendan's already said that he wants at least 3 in, and that's if we keep every player that we've got. So if any of our players leave, you're talking about Merlin 3 coming in. I'd imagine that a midfield addition is going to be involved in it either way. So the competition is there. Look at Bernardo; he's finding it hard to even get into the team as well. And I would say that Bernardo's a better player than McCowan, and I think McCowan's a good player. He's done very well, but I think he's going to find it difficult. And he's not really done anything wrong, But I think we've got better quality midfielders. But obviously, at this time of the season and other points of the season, that's when you really need your squad, especially over the kind of December, January period. It was quite congested with the fixtures and stuff, so you had to use your full squad. I think we've been quite fortunate with injuries this season, so maybe that's how he's not really had as much a chance as what he had, or what he should have, or what he expects.
Yeah, certainly, mate. On the 53rd minute, Johnny Kenny makes it 4. Yang plays the ball out to McCowan on the left, who flights it in. Smart header by Kenny, makes it 4, mate. Cracking header, actually.
Aye, he took it very well, and delighted for him as well. Getting his start and you're kind of willing up me get a goal. I wasn't expecting it to be a header. I didn't think it was that type of player, but I didn't. Who really knows much about him? I don't think we've not seen enough of him to have a real kind of judgment about him. But for him to come in into this game, maybe a wee bit of pressure on him, but the eyes are on him, and let's see what this boy can do. So, it was good to see him score, mate. Delighted for him.
Aye, it was a great finish, and you could see he was loving it with the smile on his face. On the 60th minute, AJ and Hatate come on, Kalmak and Ralston off, and then on the 69th minute, the goal scorers, Kenny and Yang off, Ida and Kuhn on. And then on the 78th minute, the guy who gave McCowan a wee cheeky smile when he smashed him in the first half, he wasn't laughing now. Great ball through to Ida, who gets taken down. But the man on loan from Spurs, Dorrington, second yellow card. Bye-bye. Very cynical.
Of course it was. Aye. There wasn't any other decision to be made there, especially after already being booked. So, aye, off he goes, and well deserved.
Aye. Catch you later, mate. No laughing now. On the 80th minute, Luke McCowan gets taken off. He was getting smashed the whole game, the poor wee hangman. I felt for him. And very exciting, mate. Young McArdle came on. I thought he was brilliant when he came on, mate. Some really, really nice touches for the boy.
I like that, Scotty. And not just because it's a kind of academy player, young player coming through, but he's coming on and he's been brave. He's wanting to play the ball positive. He doesn't seem scared to with the ball at his feet and stuff like that. And he seems very aware. He runs and where players are. Really impressed with the short time he had on the park. So we talk about it all the time. We want to see more youth coming through, and the problem is getting them time on the park. The pressures that we are under as a club to win every game and win all the points in every game really limits the chances that these young guys get. So anytime a young player comes on and has a good performance, it's always good to see. I just hope he's not one of these ones that goes and just disappears and you never see him again. You talk about left backs, Mitchell Frame as well, that's just kind of disappeared, not really seen him back. And then the other ones that get appearances and sign pre-contracts with other clubs and stuff. So, it's good to see that. Looks a tidy wee player.
Aye, he looks cracking left pegger as well, which is always nice to see. 82nd minute, mate. What a save from Mitov. Ball in from Hatate was sensational. Cracking volley from Adamida. Gets right over the tap of it. Some save, man.
Aye, it really doesn't do it. Either. Sometimes we have a moan at him saying he doesn't quite connect with it right, or he's maybe just off balance, or he fumbles the ball or whatever. Great technique, great volley, and it's a fantastic save for the keeper. I think he'd have done everything right there, but the keeper just made a brilliant save.
Aye, it was a belter. Cracking volley for the big man, for sure. Then, pretty shocking, mate, towards the end, 87th minute. Hatate goes in for a 50-50. He kind of pulls out a wee bit, but the Aberdeen player certainly doesn't. Pretty terrible, really, for the Aberdeen boy. It's not looking good now for Hatate for the cup final, mate. Took a sore one.
Aye, it was a nasty one. He'd already been booked as well.
Aye.
Scotty. And Brendan was absolutely getting off his nut, and quite rightly so. He was looking at it again, and just and then the fourth official stoning it. I think he was giving Brendan a bit of cheek, and Brendan's like, "Get out my area, I'm trying to instruct my players here, fuck off," basically. And the guy just wasn't having it, so I can see Brendan having a few words with somebody about him, a right job's worth.
Second yellow for you, mate?
I think so. It was really nasty. Really, we've got VAR there, so it should be used. For me, it's nasty. It's a badging. Absolutely no need for it. Just a nasty challenge. I just hope that Hatate's all right. It's no good when he's doing that amount of time and then he's kind of limping about. So fingers crossed. They might even rest him for this game at the weekend.
For sure.
It gave him a chance to try and recover, because I think it's more important that he's fit for the cup final than he is for the game against St Mirren.
Yeah, bang on, mate. Absolutely bang on. And then 89th minute, young Mikado has a good chance. Smart save again from Mitov. And then on the 93rd minute, brilliant again for young Mikado. A lovely wee back flick into Kuhn, who tries one, breaks to Ida. Goal number 20 for Adam Ida. We've not had 3 players score 20 goals in a season since the 69-70 season. I think the 5 goals as well, mate. I think that takes us over the record for league goals scored in a season. I think we beat the Lisbon Lions record with that one, mate. I might be mistaken, but I think we have. I think we needed 4 and we got 5 tonight. So we just need to get another couple at home, I think, to beat the home record as well, I think. We're flying, mate, and the game finishes 5-1. Brilliant performance, mate, considering all the changes. James Forrest, brilliant. Narocki, brilliant. Schlupp and Trusty, very poor for me. Lots of negatives, lots of positives to take, but hey, 5-1, mate. Unbelievable scoreline.
Delighted. Aye, good to see Ada scoring again as well. 20 goals, can't he sniff at that, can you? And listen, we've been guilty again of my wee bit of bother now and again, but it's just frustration sometimes, you get your initial reaction to it, you're actually watching, like with post matches and stuff. But delighted for him. I think overall, when it comes to goals scored, he's had a pretty decent season considering the amount of time he's had on the park. Talking about Aberdeen, we will absolutely destroy this mob in the final. I've absolutely no doubt about it, because they are mince. They're absolute mince, mate. They offer very, very little. So, that's what's that? 9 goals in the last 2 games I've lost, so they're leaking goals out of the place. It doesn't look good for them. And we are going to have our strongest line out at Hampden. And we are hungry for it. You can tell that with players. Some of the passes the night were crisp and smooth, and really, really good football played tonight at times. So once we get Saturday out of the way and lifting another league trophy, then it's on to making sure we secure the treble. And I've got absolutely no doubt we will do that, mate, because we are so much better than them. They are not a good team, they aren't they?
Nah, we're going to absolutely smash them in the final for sure. And we will discuss the St Mirren game on Friday night. Our Andy is away watching George Michael tribute act on Friday, so we'll be missing our Andy. We're missing our Michelle as well. I believe she's going to be working, so it'll just be myself, Jerry, and our Paddy, hopefully, who will be back. I might have a special guest coming on for our first ever popping in guest. We're going to see what happens with that over the next few days. We've been linked with a player down in Blackburn Rovers. If that sort of materialises over the next couple of days, I've got a pal who's a big Blackburn fan, so he's going to pop on and let us know all about this guy. And also, we're going to be reflecting on Seville as well, because the anniversary for that's coming up. So we've got a couple of things to talk about regarding that as well. And maybe we'll get in about him when it was men against boys, supposedly, Blackburn versus Celtic. So a few memories for the run to Seville, and obviously we'll have a quick chat about the final as well, as the anniversary is approaching. Andy, thank you so much, mate, for jumping on. I've got to boost to work. I've got to go to Gibraltar in the next sort of 5 minutes. And you've got to go to your bed. So we'll see you on Friday night. Thanks for joining us. It finished Aberdeen 1, Celtic 5. Yes. We power on. We'll see you on Friday. All the best.
Cheers. Bye.
Someday you will find